Hey guys, I'm just here with Moodi and we're just about to go through cycle number 2. Let the supersetting begin.
Let's get started. Okay, with cycle 2 there's a lot of supersetting involved, and Jaz's supersetting, as you saw previously, the leg press, and now we're doing reverse lunges. The thing I love about supersets is that it increases and accelerates your heart rate dramatically. So when you start your cardio session after the weights, you're already burning fat, you're already in fat burning mode. And that doesn't happen as productively when you're doing single sets. Now, the advantage of the dumbbells is, believe it or not, having weights in your hand helps with balance. Doesn't make it harder, it actually makes it easier. The reverse lunge, as opposed to a straightforward lunge, puts you out of your comfort zone. And to maintain stability with a reverse lunge, whether you know it or not, your core has to lock into place. So by reverse lunging, she doesn't know when the foot's about to land. So in order to be able to stay stable and not fall down, Jasmine subconsciously is interlocking her intercostals and her obliques and her abdomen and the hip flexors and her lower back, so the entire core is being activated. So this is just as much of an ab workout as it is a leg workout.
2 for the price of 1.
That's it. Okay guys, with the leg press, this will target your entire lower body. Contrary to what some people believe, they think it just hits your quads. It actually hits your entire lower body because your calves, your hamstrings and your glutes have to work. What I really want you to concentrate on is not locking and extending your knees out at the very top to keep the tension on the quads, on the muscles, and not transferring the weight onto your joint, because that will hurt you in the long run. Now when it comes to foot placement, there's no real right and wrong. Structurally, you will feel more comfortable with a particular stance, but as long as your knees are following your toes, you are doing the right thing. Now, if you want to target your inner thighs, you want to target your glutes a little bit more, then go with more of a sumo stance and go wider with your feet, like such. But always ensure that the knees are following the toes and you're safe. Now, if that's one of your strengths, and on the other hand, you want to target your outer quad, then you would go narrower or go for a neutral stance. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that whatsoever. Look at what your strengths are, look at what your flaws are, be honest with yourself and target your weaknesses. The only time I would urge you to not follow a particular foot stance is if that foot stance makes it uncomfortable for your joints. Now notice that Jasmine's knees are always following her toes, so irrespective of where she places her feet, she's still doing the right thing by making sure that the knees are following the toes at all times. Perfect. Very good. Good work. Okay guys, the superset for this particular exercise, which is this traditional barbell squat, was the leg extension. Ideal superset because the leg extension actually lubricates the knee joints and primes you for a full range of motion when you're doing the squat. So doing leg extensions prior may mean that you can't squat as heavy, but that's okay because you'll get more fiber recruitment if you superset those 2 exercises. Now with this particular exercise, don't squat in a position or a stance that you're uncomfortable with, because you're going to compromise your joints and you only get one chance at those. You're not going to develop new ligaments and new tendons, so look after them. And you'll notice that Jasmine is squatting in a fashion that is commensurate with her frame. Okay, she's not going overly wide, she's not going too narrow, and remember the neutral stance will differ from individual to individual. So don't necessarily follow your favorite Instagram model or your training partner and how they squat. Squat the way that you feel comfortable. And if you feel comfortable with a certain stance, stick to that stance, because you're going to be able to develop a better range of motion and break parallel and get all those all the lower body muscles activated, and that's what we want. The squat is not just about the quads. You can incorporate the glutes, the hamstrings, even your calves are involved in this movement. The posture that Jasmine's using is perfect. She's got her chin up, chest up, butt out on the way down to maintain that neutral spine position. Nice. Good work. So the next we have the leg extension machine. Now, prior, Jasmine brought the seat forward and she adjusted the padding over here to a length that is commensurate with her frame. Now you want to make sure that the arch behind your knee is right at the edge of that very seat for the safety of your knees. And what I'm going to get Jasmine to do is I'm going to get her to grip those handles nice and tight and actually force her lower body into the seat as she elevates her legs. What that will do is that will isolate the involvement of other muscles and recruit only the quads. So grab onto those handles and drive into the seat as you extend. Make a conscious effort. Bring those feet a little bit closer together and point those toes towards you to get a nice isometric contraction at the top. Yep, so aggressive on the way up, we're squeezing, and slow on the negative. While you're driving your lower body into the seat. And you'll notice that the quads get a nice flush of pump in there and the lactic acid build up. It's like it's a love-hate relationship. Nice. And straight back up. Nice. Perfect.
My legs are burning.
Okay guys, now with the lying leg curl. Okay. Too close there. I was going to say it's too close. You underestimated how tall you are.
I know.
Okay, now with the lying leg curl guys, you want to make sure that you control the negative, the eccentric component of the actual movement. If you're training with a partner, it does not hurt to put a little bit of pressure on the lower back to create less involvement and recruitment of the lower back and more recruitment of the actual glutes and the hamstrings. And you'll notice that pause that Jasmine is creating at the top, squeezing the glutes and the hamstrings and then descending. If you really want to challenge yourself and you want to hit your hammies and glutes and you want to focus on your hammies and glutes more so than your lower back, you'll notice if I let go, if you go heavy enough, the lower back will start to lift and there'll be a gap here. What you can do to make this exercise a little bit more challenging, Jasmine, I'll get you to posture up onto your forearms. So hang on to the edge of the bench here. Posture, looking straight ahead, toes together, heels out, and now curl. That's a lot harder, isn't it? You might want to catch her reaction to this. So yeah, keep those toes together. Posture, Jasmine, looking up. So even 15 kilos can feel like 150. The body does not know what you're lifting. It only responds to stress. That 20 reps seems like a lot further away now. Let's go. And squeeze. Yeah, really get those heels out. Posture as you come up. Nice. And a little bit more force up the top, a little bit more force, hold. And slow. And done. Let's get Jasmine's feedback on this. What do you think, Jazz?
Oh my goodness. It's really good. Hard. A lot harder.
Have you done that one before?
No.
It's effective.
That's really
yeah,
good.
it
Very
neutralizes the lower back completely. I didn't tell you about it because I wanted to spring it on you and see what you think.
It's really good.